This is 4.3 part 4. In this video, we are going to go backwards. So the first 3 videos basically discussed, what is our base system first of all, and then converting from a non-base 10 base system to a base 10 base system. In this video, we are going to look at what we do when we convert from our system, which is a Hindu-Arabic system, base 10, to a system other than base 10. So for these steps, you're going to need to perform long division to be able to convert from base 10 to any other system. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the closest positional value that is not over the value of the number in question. This will require you to write out each of the base's powers, starting with the base raised to the 0 power, etc. Then we're going to divide that original number by the base's power that is closest to the original number but doesn't exceed it. What we're interested in doing is we're going to do long division to figure out what the remainder is. By the way, this remainder cannot be a decimal value. It has to be a whole number. So I'm going to show you a trick on how to get that. And then what you're going to do with that remainder is you're going to drop down whatever positional system you started with, and you're going to divide that number by the next position down. You're going to keep on doing the same process over and over until you reach the base system of 0. Okay, so remember, anything raised to the 0 power is 1. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Like I said before in the notes, I fixed these notes because there was a mistake. So what I did was just got rid of some notations. If you have the old notes, it might look a little bit different. If it does, just please correct it so you don't have to reprint things. All right, so let's look at this. Step number 1, write out all powers of base 5 until you get a number that's close to it's close to 452. So the directions say to convert 452 to a base 5. So once again, if we're going from our system to theirs, you will need to divide. So this system, or this process is a little bit harder. Okay, so since we're in base 5, I'm going to write out all the powers until I get close or over 452. Okay, so 5 to the 0 is 1, 5 to the first is 5, 5 to the second is 25, 5 to the third is 125, we're getting close, and 5 to the fourth is 625. 5 to the fourth is too big. It's larger than 452. So we have to start with 5 to the third. So we're going to start here. Okay, now that I know that I'm starting with 5 to the third, I'm going to make a little note. Okay, I'm going to take that value, which is in Hindu-Arabic 452, and I'm going to divide that by 125. That is what 5 to the third is. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to literally divide that on your calculator. So I hope you still have your calculator handy. So we're going to divide 452 divided by 125. Okay, and when I do that, I get 3.616. I'm going to ignore that. So I'm going to put the 3 up the top, and I'm going to perform long division. So now what I'm going to do is multiply 125 times 3. And when I do that, I get 375. Now I have to subtract those two values. So we subtract it. 452 minus 375. And when I do that, I get 77 as a remainder. Okay? So now that I have my remainder, that's what I'm interested in, by the way. Very interested in this. I'm going to take my remainder, and then I'm going to drop down to the next positional system, which is 5 squared. Now, 5 squared is 25. Now, again, you can take 77 divided by 25. Hopefully, you know that that'll go into it 3 times. But 25 times 3 is 75. So again, I'm going to perform long division, and I'm going to subtract 77 minus 75, which is 2. 2 is my remainder. I'm interested in that because I have to drop it down to the next base system. So next base system down is 5 to the first. So 5 divided by the remainder I just got, which is 2. That doesn't work. 2 is too small. So I'm going to put a 0 placeholder in here, and I'm going to take my remainder and drop it down again. So 5 to the 0 equals 1. So I'm going to take the remainder of 2 and divide it by the next positional system down, which is 5 to 0, which is 1. 1 goes into 2 times, and then I'm good. Once you get down to the base raised to the 0, you are finished, okay? So now I just have to write up my answer. So the answer is going to be what we got when we divided each of the position systems. Okay, so the answer is going to be 3302 base 5. So you need that little subscript to let people know that you are not in the Hindu-Arabic base 10 system. Okay, so that's how we do things. And I wrote everything up there, but I'm going to show you another example. Okay, so you could use the 2 pages if you wanted to. If you didn't, it's no big deal. All right, so now it says convert 5,329 to base 12. So again, I'm going from our system to theirs. So when you see that, think this is harder. We're going to be doing division. Okay, so the first step is to figure out what am I going to use. So 12 to the 0 is 1. 12 to the first is 12. 12 to the second is 144. Now I got to figure out what 12 to the third is. So let's see. And when I do that, I get 1728. Okay, getting closer. Let's go ahead and do 12 to the fourth, which I'm going to guess is probably going to be too big. It is. It's 20,736. So I know I have to start at 12 to the third. So I'm going to put a little note that I'm starting at 12 to the third up at the top here. So I'm going to take our number, 5,329, and divide it by 12 to the third, which is 1728. So on your calculator, you put in 5329 divided by 1728. And when I do that, I get 3.08. I'm going to ignore the decimal. I'm going to use that 3. And now I'm going to multiply 3 times 1728. And when I do that, I get 5,184. Now I'm going to subtract. So 9 minus 4 is 5. I have to borrow. So I get 12 minus 8, which is 4. 2 minus 1, which is 1. So I get 145 as the remainder. And I'm just checking that really quick to make sure that everything looks good. Okay, now I have to go down to 12 to the second. So 12 to the second is 144. So I'm going to take my remainder. Remember, that's what I'm interested in, putting under the next division sign of 145, and I'm going to divide that by 144, which goes into it once. So 144 times 1 is 144, subtract, and I get the result of 1. Now I'm going to drop down to 12 to the first. So 12 to the first is 12, and I'm going to divide 1, which is my remainder, by 12. And we know that doesn't work, so I'm going to put in a place value of 0. So I'm going to drop the 1 down to the next place value, which is 12 to the 0, which is 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. Okay, so I'm interested in writing up what I have here. 3101 base 12. And there you go. Okay, so that one's done. All right, we'll do this next one, but I'm going to start a new video just because, I don't want to make the video too long. Okay, so thanks for watching, and there's probably one more video left here.